Is the bull run we've been waiting for finally upon us? Bitcoin today broke the key 8K level that I've been telling you guys about for a long time, and it looks like not only will we crush the 8K level, but we could be heading to 10K or 12K, according to some influencers. Today, we are going to look at the markets and figure out where we are going and how fast we're going to get there. Let's get it. Welcome to BitBoyCrypto News Edition. Once per day, I'm going to break down the biggest stories in the space for you so you don't have to. If you want to know where Bitcoin and altcoins are heading to, then please make sure to hit the subscribe button and join both my Telegram groups, the Bit Squad for regular crypto chat, or Bit Squad traders to discuss trading strategies. All right, guys, so today I'm taking it back old school. I've decided to jump back into the crypto news scene and give you guys a video once per day where we check out the markets and look at some of the top stories from Bitcoin and altcoins. Today, we're obviously going to focus on Bitcoin just ripping it up and defying expectations. Is it time? Is it truly time to pick out those Lambo colors? Well, let's take a look. All right, guys, so the day has been absolutely insane. I made a really huge trade today. I made 40% on it. We're going to get to the trading here in just a minute. But right now, let's look at some of these gains and some of these altcoin gains. We got Bitcoin coming in at $8,834. It's up almost 14% today. It really pushed on the $9,000 level. Remember, we were just in the sevens, it seemed like yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. Now, Ethereum coming in over $200, a huge psychological number for Ethereum to get over. XRP, 5% gains. BSV, 13%, BCH, almost 10%. So a lot of really big gainers today. Digibyte, a coin I've been telling you guys for a while, is due for a big run, 22%. I think my coins that I picked for April have killed it this week, or this month, so you may want to go back and check that out. So another big gainer today was Sia Coin. Recently talked about them on the podcast, 26% gains just today. So really killer day today. Let's go check the chart out. All right, guys, so here we are on the Bitcoin chart. According to Bybit, right now the price coming in at $8,830. We unapologetically leverage trade on this channel, so if you are interested in trading on Bybit, then you can find that link down below in the video description and also on the screen. You get like $90 for free if you want to get into it. But I do suggest if you're interested, make sure you join our trading group. It's absolutely free, so you can get some good trading advice there. But right now we are looking at the FOMO Trender indicator on this chart. And basically what this indicator does is it tells us when to buy and when to sell. So if you don't have time to get in-depth and technical analysis, or, just ain't nobody got time for that. I know I don't. I like to use indicators. So we're going to be looking at different indicators every day when we look at this chart. And today we are looking at FOMO Trender and the FOMO Trender Companion. So according to FOMO Trender, if you would have bought back here around the 27th, you could have made some absolutely huge gains. It was telling you to buy at this candle at 7,600, and then today it was telling you to take profits around 9,000. So my gosh, that would be in a massively huge trade if you are using leverage. Even if you're just spot trading, that is a nice trade. But it looks like right now we still are on an uptrend according to this green line. Now, if you look at the FOMO Companion, chart here, the Companion, what it does is it shows you kind of more on a micro level what's happening. So right now on the hourly chart, we're in an uptrend, but now we've got this indicator showing a red box here above the baseline we're using for trading. So what this means is we could be going into choppy waters here. So all along this green, it would have been great to trade, but now that we've hit this red, right now we don't really know what's happening. You don't want to short the market because right now we're still on an uptrend. So for that reason, right now I'm kind of staying out of trades at the moment until I'm waiting for some better signals. All right, guys, the news today all about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin rises above 8.1K. We know it went to about $8,800. There's some other stuff I want to show you in this chart, and it actually almost hit 9K, really. But we have the 5th April in a row where we have gains for Bitcoin, which is pretty cool. Unless, of course, we have some massive drop tomorrow, which probably won't happen. Prices are now at 26% on the month and 13.6% year to date. So very interesting. But check out this chart here, this bar chart here. You'll see the all-time gains for April. So only 2 Aprils in Bitcoin's history did the price go down. Now, a lot of people might think, well, that's because the halving is, this month or next month. Actually, that doesn't really matter because the halving isn't exactly 4 years. So the first halving occurred in November, the second halving occurred in July, and this halving is occurring in May. So you can't really read too much into that. So right now, Bitcoin is a shade, 1/100% above gold as the best performing asset of the year. And I think we're going to see Bitcoin just absolutely dwarf gold over the next year. Now, both the stimulus billions and the bullish halving narrative may continue to bode well for Bitcoin in the short term. Some analysts expect the cryptocurrency to rise as high as 10K ahead of the reward halving. And I've been telling you guys that this is the super bullish scenario that we've wanted. What we thought was a crash earlier in March is actually turning out to be to our benefit because we've had the stimulus money coming out of it that just really shows the devaluation of the dollar, and that is helping push Bitcoin. However, post-halving, the cryptocurrency may face sell pressure. This time, the news that the Bitcoin halving is widely known. It's less likely it will drive prices up as much as it did the last time. Fake news. That is fake news. You can go look in 2015, 2016. There is plenty of information. Everybody knew the halving was coming. All the miners knew that it was coming, and those were the whales during that time. So don't listen to this guy from Ontology. He doesn't know, Andy G, he doesn't know what he's talking about here. Now, will we see the same price increases? I'm not 100% sure, but what I can tell you is that is fake news. Do not believe that narrative that people know about it this time. People knew about it in 2016. It was just a smaller niche of people that knew about cryptocurrency in general, but most of those people knew about the halving. You can find tons of articles about it during that time. Now, we could see a sell-off, though, after the halving, of course, or the halving, as I like to say. 2012 halving was followed by an immediate 10% sell-off, while a 38% decline trailed the 2016 event. So we'll just have to see what happens. Maybe we got that dump ahead of the halving, like happened in 2012, instead of getting the huge drop afterwards. And this is something we're seeing more and more. We're seeing more and more people say that we're coming towards something historic, something momentous. And Binance US CEO Catherine Coley is no different. Let's see what she had to say. For Catherine Coley, CEO of Binance US, the halving is a momentous occasion, but she cautions that the effects may not immediately make themselves apparent. It could result in nothing or could result in longer tail adoption and a rally out of that, Coley told Decrypt. We saw in 2016 that the halving itself was not an instantaneous reaction, but 18 months later, we had the largest rally we've seen. People are not expecting, in my opinion, people that are in crypto are not expecting the price of Bitcoin to shoot up the day we hit the halving. Most people, based on historical charts and precedents, are expecting the price of Bitcoin to drop once we get to the halving. If we get to 12K, maybe it'll drop to 10K. If we get to 10K, maybe it'll drop to 8K. If we're at 9 still, maybe it'll drop to 7. That's what most people are anticipating. I think really what she's saying is that we have a rash of new investors coming into the space, and we have to warn those investors, like, hey, you may be seeing on Google Trends that Bitcoin halving searches are way up and people are actually interested in what this is, but you have to understand that the halving itself is not necessarily going to produce a peak in prices. It does happen over an extended period of time. So if you come in on May 11th and you think you're going to buy Bitcoin and the price on May 12th is going to go way up, which I'm sure some people will do, that is simply not the way that it happens. And I think that's really what Catherine is saying here with the sentiment. Okay, now we can't have all sunshine and rainbows. We can't have all moons and Lambos. We got to have a little FUD story to keep you guys grounded. So here we go. Goldman's chilling S&P 500 crash prediction makes Bitcoin vulnerable in mid-2020. So what you have to understand is there has been a correlation between the S&P chart and the Bitcoin chart. And if the S&P were to crash again, then Bitcoin could also crash in the middle of the year, regardless of what's going on in the halving. So definitely something, or it will be after the halving at that point, but definitely something to keep your eye on. So it says a repeat of Black Thursday market crash possible around mid-2020. And so basically what they're saying is that Bitcoin and the S&P 500 have to set higher lows before wider investor interest returns. Now, here's the interesting thing. We know that with the S&P, but with Bitcoin, is that true? Do we have to have higher lows? Because will the halving basically push us up over a certain level where we will be able to get a lot more investor interest. Certainly seems like that's the trend right now. We'll have to see how far that continues. So I thank you so much for watching the show today. That is all that we have. BitBoy out.